If someone told you that congealing blobs, eating fruit, and catchy songs comprise one of the best games on the PSP, you might think that they were pulling your leg. But Locoroco, an addictive puzzler that won our Best Artistic Design, Most Innovative Design, and Original Score awards for 2006, proved that the PSP didn't need to have realistic explosions, ported PS2 games, or franchise characters to create a unique and engrossing experience. Almost 2.5 years later, Sony's trying to recapture the same magic with Locoroco2, a sequel that reunites the same group of lovable characters in their pastel world while bringing a new bag of tricks for players. The story of Locoroco2 has a few twists to it, but overall it's rather similar to that of the original. Once again, the evil Mojas have returned to the peaceful world of the Locorocos to enslave the population. But this time, the Mojas have returned with darker musical songs that cover sections of the world in shadow and drains the life from the flora and fauna. Even worse, the Moja have found a new ally in the Bui Bui, the evil counterparts to the friendly Mui Mui creatures. While things seem rather dire, the Locorocos gather their friends together and attempt to free their world from the influence of the Moja. Gameplay-wise, the simplicity of the controls that help make the game stand out returns. Players only need to worry about the left and right buttons to move and jump, and the circle button to split your blobs up and reform them. However, as you play, you'll discover that the Locorocos have more abilities this time around, such as squeezing through cracks, leaping into objects to break rocks, and swimming through large bodies of water. The Locorocos will also gain new abilities over the course of time thanks to their Mui Mui buddies, like learning how to fling themselves from tree branches or performing vertical jumps. Although you'll still find yourself trying to collect fruit to grow your Locorocos, as well as searching for your Mui Mui friends scattered through each level. You'll notice that there are a few tweaks that have been made to the game's formula. The first one is that players will now have the option, based on the number of Locorocos they have in their possession, to play a musical minigame where they try to match notes of a song to notes projected on the edge of the screen. The more notes that you collect, the more that you can aid your Locorocos in their quest. Once you gain a certain number of notes, you get different abilities such as improved fruit collection, protective shields, and even maps that point out where secret items are. There are at least 3 times the number of mini-games or diversions in Locoroco 2 than in the first game, and whether it's trying to play a whack-a-mole-like game, betting on racing Locorocos down a course, or playing a side-scrolling shooter, there's plenty of things to do to amuse yourself. However, a few things did stand out about the game that were a bit disappointing. First of all, the game's significantly shorter than the first. Whereas the first title was about 40 stages or so, Locoroco 2 weighs in around half that number. Although you'll have more options to engage yourself with, including a new Locoroco to choose from, you'll be able to fly through this one in pretty short order. That being said, the game still looks phenomenal. The pastel presentation of the game is very engaging, primarily because it's got a sharper visual style and animation this time around because of the Locoroco's new abilities. The same can be said for the incredibly catchy music, which varies based on the stage of the game you're playing, the Locoroco you've chosen, and if you happen to be playing a musical minigame. It might not be as deep as the first one, but Locoroco 2 still retains the visual flair, unique gameplay, and engaging music that the series has become known for. While the PSP has been rather light in the game department recently, Locoroco 2 proves that the system still has plenty of life left in it. For the full review, head over to IGN.com.